We're going back on the record in case 251-403-576, State of Utah versus Tyler James Robinson. I note the presence of counsel that previously entered their appearances. We have come out of the closed session and concluded that business. However, the court became aware of an event that happened before. And my understanding was during the open portion of this hearing earlier that there was a violation of the standing decorum order as it relates to transmission of these proceedings. I want to hear from counsel, and then I will make a ruling concerning that shortly thereafter. Ms. Visser.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm referring specifically to Rule of Judicial Administration 4-401.01. This gives the court discretion to terminate or suspend electronic media coverage at any time without prior notice, if the judge makes particular findings and that the specific circumstances warrant it. It is our position, the defense position, that there has been a violation of the decorum order. It is our understanding that those live streaming this signed and declared that they would follow the decorum order, and they violated it. So we are requesting a sanction. We believe these court's orders are binding and they need to be respected. We also believe that it threatens my client's right to a fair trial. It's the whole reason we filed a motion in the first place to remove his shackles. It's our understanding that his shackles are visible. It is also our understanding that potentially some audio from counsel table was heard. We are definitely taking more measures on our own to ensure that that does not happen again. But there has also been some filming of computers and materials at counsel's desk. That's entirely inappropriate. And I think everybody in this room will agree that's entirely inappropriate. So we are asking for some remedial measures here. We're asking for it to terminate for today, and we can proceed after that.
Thank you, Ms. Visser. To the state.
Your Honor, the state, as stated earlier, we believe that the court's order was very clear, and if there has been a violation of that order, then we agree that there needs to be some measure taken. We'll leave it to the court to decide the appropriate response to that violation, but we agree that any violation of the court's order needs to be addressed.
Thank you, Mr. Ballard. To the press, attorneys for the press.
Your Honor, Jeff Hunt for the media interveners. This is the first time that we've heard about the violation. We've not had an opportunity to look at the video or investigate the audio or look at the capture of the computers, but filming of the inadvertent filming of the shackles, I did talk to the pool photographer. My understanding is that there was a zoom out shot that did inadvertently show the shackles. That was improper. That was inadvertent, and we apologize for that. They've taken measures to make sure that the pool video that is disseminated to the rest of the pool does not contain any capture of the defendant in the shackles. We can't do anything about the live stream, of course, but we can control what the rest of the video is that we capture and disseminate. So that is being done. The audio for counsel, my understanding is the only audio that they picked up was from counsel's microphones. I don't have any further information about that and whether that's a violation. Filming of the computers is not a violation of the decorum order. If the capture can show the document that counsel is looking at, then that is a potential violation. So I just don't know how much detail the shot is that is of concern to the court. But I'll just say that we reiterated as soon as I heard this from Mr. Ballard with the pool representatives that this is very important to follow to the letter the court's EMC order. They understand their obligations. They take that very seriously. They're not perfect. Mistakes happen. We're trying to correct as much as we can on that. But we think termination is not an appropriate remedy. An admonishment from this court, a reminder that they need to follow to the letter the court's EMC order is appropriate. That's the message that counsel has delivered to the media representatives and the pool operatives, and we think that is the appropriate remedy.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to make it clear, we're still receiving messages that shackles can be seen on the live stream as we restart it. So it's still a problem.
Thank you. I appreciate all parties weighing in on this important matter. And I find that there was a violation of the standing decorum order that was in effect as of October 30th, 2025, based off what's been proffered, as well as the EMC order signed by the court. As previously stated by Ms. Visser, the court does have discretion in determining whether to terminate the broadcast of these proceedings, and again, if there are specific circumstances warrant such action, that the court would need to make findings in order to do so. I find that excluding the cameras from the courtroom would be disproportionate for this hearing. I find that making it very clear, first, that the transmission cannot begin until court is in session and must end as the court ends the session, and cannot be filmed before or after. The filming of, as previously stated in the decorum order and EMC, must be followed to the letter. The sanction for today is that this camera will be relocated away from defense table to where the bailiff is, where Jeff is standing over here. I want to immediately address any possible transmission of shackles, as previously stated by counsel, and remove the possibility of capture of screens of the computers at defense counsel's table as well. In addition, if there's further violations of the standing decorum order, this court does have the right and will exercise termination of broadcast of these proceedings. And I simply want to put all parties on notice, to the press, to all parties, that this court takes this very seriously. While the court believes in openness and transparency, it needs to be balanced with the constitutional rights of all parties in this case. As such, we will take a brief recess to allow the relocation of the camera and to the place indicated by the bailiff, and then we will resume these court proceedings. I am anticipating this take perhaps 5 minutes. All right, and then we'll come back on the record and handle the remaining of this hearing. I appreciate the patience of parties as we move forward. We are trying to do the best we